Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I'm catching up on another art class today. This one was after a lesson with Kelly Fowlkes and it was part of Let's Face It 2021. I will put links to everybody that I mention in the description box below in case you want to check them out. The theme for the new module we've just started is to be inspired by another artist, and Kelly's been inspired by two. First of all, this chap, he's well known as Rick the Muse, and he provides on his Instagram, he provides loads and loads of photographic references, pictures of himself in various costumes and funny hats and all sorts of things, and he's just got such a lovely characterful face. Kelly was also inspired by Frans van Stone, who I haven't come across before, but beautiful work. She does amazing portraits in pencil, and uses a combination of crosshatching and blending, and that's what I'm going to have a go at today. Kelly recommends using smooth Bristol paper, so I actually happen to have a pad of Bristol board. It's called. It's paper. I don't know why it's called board. Anyway, and it does say an excellent extra smooth white surface for detailed drawings and illustrations with pencil, technical pen and ink. So, and both sides of the board have an identical surface. So I could do another sketch on the other side, couldn't I? Now, I've already done a kind of a rough pencil outline of where all the features are going to go. I find it a little bit difficult working flat like this for the camera, and I haven't worked out how to... Normally I'd use a palette and have it up at an angle, like not a palette, a desk easel, tabletop easel, but I don't think that would film very well. So anyway, I've got the rough sketch done, so hopefully I'll be alright now working flat and I won't put my perspective out too much. So I've got a good selection of pencils ready, going from H, which is obviously harder, HB, well, that one's 4H, so I've got 4H, H, HB. So obviously with the harder pencils I'll get a thinner, more kind of precise and lighter line. Then I've got 2B, or not 2B, 3B, 4B, 6B and 7B. Obviously with the softer pencils I'll get a sort of a thicker, softer, darker line. I've also got a couple of blend-in stumps and a sandpaper block to sharpen them on. You don't really need that, you can use just like a nail file or something actually, emery board, you know. And then I've also got a mechanical eraser, which is quite nice because you can, you don't have to rub with it like that, so you can be really controlled where you're rubbing out. And I've got a putty rubber or kneaded eraser and a pencil shaped eraser. And this is great for getting little tiny details. The only problem is I have a bit of an issue with sharpening it. I haven't found the best way to sharpen it. I've got my battery sharpener as well, which can be quite handy, but it's noisy, a little bit wasteful. When I was at art school years ago, we were taught that you should never use a sharpener, you should just use a blade and sharpen the pencil by hand and get a really nice long point. But I'm out of practice of doing that, and to be honest can't quite be bothered. So I'm going to, as I say, use a combination of cross-hatching and blending and then layering and layering to get the detail and depth of colour, and I will go back in with my different kinds of erasers to re-pick up the highlights and add an indication of little beard hairs and eyebrow hairs and things. So I'm not going to talk all the way through it, I'm just going to play you some music and speed through, and I will see you at the other end with my completed picture. Wish me luck. Right. I may come back to it and do a bit more, but at the moment I think I'm done with that. Really enjoyed using the cross-hatching and all the different kind of softnesses of pencil, for want of a better word, to get the different tonal values and textures and what have you, and then using all the blending stumps and the rubbers. Yeah, it was really, yeah, it was challenging. It's not a fantastic likeness, but I think it's caught a bit of his character. I can see now, I can see obvious places where I've gone wrong, where, you know, that I would do differently if I did this again, but, you know, it's all part of the learning process. And yeah, I can already see bits that I'm not going to be able to resist going back in and having a bit of a fiddle with. But I think this video has probably gone on long enough. If I do much more to it, what I'll do is I'll take a photo and slot it on at the end. I think you've probably had enough by now. So as I said before, I will put links to all the people that I've mentioned in the description box below. Well worth checking them out. Thanks very much for joining me again today, and I hope you enjoy watching, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!